just like that, it's time for our weekly roundup of all the things Lady just ain't gonna do this week. And there's a lot. Number 1, climate catastrophe rears its ugly head across the world. Now, I mean, it's not even an understatement to say that it is getting hot in here. But on the real, even though it's summer, that don't mean it's supposed to be this hot where like coral reefs in Florida are literally dying right now as we speak because the water there is hot as fuck. Arizona is like hospitalizing people with 1st and 2nd degree burns because, oh yeah, when they fall to the ground from heat exhaustion, once that skin hit the pavement, honey, it sizzles. And then palm trees, my friends, are literally melting under the heat in Spain. Now, we gonna run right past these climate deniers because honestly, what is there to even argue about? This is literally the hottest summer on record, and it ain't natural. And it's driven by greed and fossil fuels. And we already are past the tipping point, as you've probably guessed. So what do? Is there anything to do? Yes, there is. Vote. I know. Maybe that's not the answer that you wanted to hear, but recycling and composting ain't finna cut it at this point. Even the white people who talking about they don't wash their jeans until the 10th time they wear them, that's nasty, by the way, they can't compete with the fact that the only way to resolve this is to get people making laws who ain't afraid to stand up to the fossil fuel industry. Now, did I mention that we're not even in full fire season yet? Yeah, no, seriously, what the fuck you think it's gonna look like? Okay, let's get to it. Other things we ain't gonna do this week is act like there ain't thousands of Black women missing and murdered across the United States, even though Carlee Russell lied. Okay. This week, we learned that Carlee Russell, the Black woman who claimed to have been kidnapped after stopping to help a toddler she saw walking on the interstate, well, she actually lied about the whole thing. Now, some of y'all turned up like, that's why I don't help nobody, and that's why I don't this, and that's why I don't that. And also, what? I'm not sure I'm understanding. I mean, some of y'all will stay with a man who lies to your ass over and over again, but you feel a way about this? Ciao. All right. Now, look, I can't even say anything about cis mental health, okay? But clearly something is happening there. And if there's ever grace that I'm going to extend, it's going to be to a Black woman. That's a fucking fact. Further, what planet do we live on where we don't want to help and support Black people as Black people? I mean, sure, look, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, we know that, but be careful of where nihilism can lead you. This country has really done a number on us, man. It really has. And to be honest, let's just get to the facts. According to NPR, tens of thousands of Black women go missing every single year. And in 2021, that number was 100,000. Okay? So let's not act like for a fucking minute, Black women are not being disappeared. And like I said, yes, sometimes people lie, and it sucks. I did a whole ass episode on why people lie. That girl going through something, that's a fact. But just like you ain't never said, I will never love somebody again because they in jail or they fucked me over, stop saying you ain't gonna fight for nobody anymore because Carlee Russell told some damn lies. Now we gonna take the L and we gonna move forward together. We pray for Carlee, we pray for her family, and we hope she gets the support she needs. Thank you, God, for working on me. All right, other things Lady ain't gonna do this week is lose more of our icons like Tony Bennett and Sinead O'Connor. Now, this has really been a year of losing some of our greats, and sometimes it's just too much, okay? I mean, OG Tony Bennett was the GOAT, and even though I wasn't deep up in his music, we know he had a profound impact on our industry. Of course, his lifelong career includes the hit I Left My Heart in San Francisco, which became a long-running hit on the Billboard 100 charts. But did you also know that Tony Bennett was a pacifist? Did you know he was a lifelong Democrat? And did you know he was anti-racist, like unabashedly? Yeah, his experiences in his early life made him dope on and off the stage. And when it came to Sinead O'Connor, even though the news has been reporting that she was troubled, what they mentioned was what she was troubled by, okay? And that was the bullshit of racism and patriarchy. Now, famously, she tore up a picture of the fucking Pope during her performance on Saturday Night Live, protesting pedophilia. Now, you remember that dude, Joe Pesci? The dude who always played the mob shit? Okay, well, he went on Saturday Night Live the very next week to talk about basically somebody should have smacked the shit out of her. Except 8 years later, it came to light that the Catholic Church had been covering up sexual abuse. Okay, so he's 80 now, but I wonder what he thinks, or if he ever even thinks, about the fact that he had a hand in the bullshit that she received. Probably not, but a girl can wonder. Now, a common condition of women is that we are not listened to until we're fucking dead, and maybe not even then. So, Sinead, sis, we raise a glass to you. Thank you for being brave enough, and apologies that the world did not treat you as kind as it should have. Now, other things that Lady ain't gonna do this week, or any other week for that matter, is Ice Cube linking up with Tucker Carlson. And we hate him for this, but he been long gone, y'all. I mean, y'all know I don't even like to talk about old boy because truth be told, Cube been gone. But just so you know, Ice Cube this week linked up with Tucker Carlson, did an interview with him. Yep, the aggrieved host from Fox News Network who says wild shit that couldn't be farther from the truth and gets paid for it. Okay, so why did he do such a thing, you ask? Well, it's on brand for him, really. It is. I mean, we went from niggas with attitudes to we be clubbing to meeting with Donald Trump and trying to get him to give reparations to Black people under the guise of playing chess, not checkers. I mean, it really is the Hotep anthem. I don't know what else to fucking say about it. He spent the breath that God gave him talking to Tucker Carlson, not about fuck the police, but instead about how Barack Obama and BLM, yes, Black Lives Matter, has done nothing for Black people. And also about how he refused the vaccine for COVID-19 because it was a rush job. Okay, beloved, well, we had 4 whole years of a fascist, and he most definitely ain't paid up around reparations, and I never once heard this motherfucker, or anybody else for that matter, mention that platinum plan that ended up being aluminum foil. So what are we doing exactly? Thank you. Next. Here's what we want more of this week, though. Number 1, and always at the top of our list, is that Snoop cancels upcoming concerts in Hollywood because ain't nothing but solidarity, baby. In other news, it ain't all bad when it comes to our favorite rappers from the 1990s. Snoop announced this week that he was canceling his upcoming concerts with Dr. Dre in Hollywood to respect the picket lines, where actors and writers and more in the entertainment industry are very much on strike. Now, seriously, we need more of this, and that is why Uncle Dog made it on Ladies' Love List this week. And basically, he could stay there, because thank you for doing that, Snoop, for real. Other things Lady loves this week, it ain't never gonna be that serious with Black people when it comes to Mitch McConnell. Now, y'all know we are a forgiving people, and we are a loving people, and we are also a people, with the exception of Clarence Thomas, Candace Owens, and Ice Cube and them, we are a people that have a long memory. So, leave it to Black people to tear the club up when it comes to a sitting legislator that harkens back to the Confederacy like Mitch McConnell. Now, when said legislator had what appeared to be some kind of medical predicament during a press conference this week, I mean, the man froze and he was unable to continue speaking, okay? Black people didn't cheer. We weren't like, yes, yes. No, Black people interpreted. And let me share some of the interpretations with you because they're on point, okay? We all want to know what happened to Mitch McConnell. So Black people, from saying that Mitch McConnell was buffering to him thinking about Black people with rights and then freezing, Black people win the week, okay? We don't wish ill on nobody, and what the ancestors have planned is above us now. It really is. Welcome back to Ladies' Love Notes, where we give you all of the real about being single and dating in your 40s. Today's episode, the end of an era. Now, some of you may have seen on Lady's social media that she signed her divorce papers last week. And in a serendipitous turn of events, it just so happened that both my ex and I, each of whom have now moved to different states, we just happened to be in Oakland on the same day at the same time, and the papers happened to be ready the day before we got there. Oh my God, right? I like to think that that wasn't just luck, but like spirit being like, you know what? Let's go ahead and wrap this up so y'all can get on with y'all lives. Thank you, spirit, for real. Now, 2 years ago around this time, my ex and I decided mutually to go our separate ways. 1 year ago around this time, I filed the divorce papers, and I was worried that we were going to continue like our usual pattern of waiting till the last minute on a thing. I mean, we did that with our wedding, honey. It wasn't going to happen with the divorce. And California has this like 6-month waiting period thing, ostensibly to make sure that you are really sure. Now, I don't know why the state feel the need to be all up in our business like that, but lady thinks it's more for them than it is for us. In any case, child, almost a year later exactly, we were able to finalize the divorce process. Now, me and my ex, we've not been together for 2 years, and a lot has happened for both of us in those 2 years. And while I understand that celebrating the moment might give some of y'all an uncomfortable feeling, let me help put that shit in context for you. Okay? Now, imagine a year of being in limbo, of negotiating while you're dealing with your feelings. And believe me, there are always all the feelings. Not just specifically like with us, right? But like with breakups in general, there are always all the feelings. We have remained friends. We basically grew up together, y'all. I'm telling you. And we've made a commitment to each other that we would stay in each other's lives. Okay? And even with the best intentions, I'm here to tell you that shit is fucking hard. It's hard because you're in your feelings about all the things, but it's also hard because you're changing at the same time. You're like learning how to negotiate space with someone that you used to be with, and now your relationship has changed. It's messy. It's complicated. So imagine an entire 365 days of that or more. There are days when it's all good, and there's days when it is all bad. And when you still have to get something done together on top of all that shit. And it's a legal process that really don't give a fuck about your feelings. Now, for 17 years, this person was my entire universe. And then you break up and you think it's all good because we weren't just lovers or partners, we were friends. And they were like one of my best friends. And then you start dating. And then you start living your life. And then shit comes up that you ain't even thought about and you ain't even thought was there. And I'm not going to get too far into it because that's our business. But imagine being with someone all that time and then you break up. And then people who were your friends start trying to holler at your person, or they start trying to holler at you. And it's like, what? Where they do that at? That ain't in the rules. Or is it? It's also like at the same time, they're free to do what they want and I'm free to do whatever I want. How do I be careful about that? Are there rules here? What are the rules? You think you know, but you don't. And I learned it doesn't actually fucking matter what agreements you make. It's just going to be messy, period. Okay? That's just what it is. That's just one of like many examples of what can happen in a year. Okay? And then separate from that, there's the whole piece of like navigating who you are outside of that relationship. You are reevaluating everything and frankly, learning everything. And I do mean everything the hard way. I'll give an example just for myself. Child, in the last 2 years since we split, I done fell in love with someone who was literally fucking awful, had a situationship with someone who was dope, but like not fucking ready, had great sex, I've gone on bad dates, and really spent a lot of time as a serial monogamist intentionally staying out of a relationship. Because what I knew then and what I know now is that I got some stuff to work on about me and for me that's going to make me a better partner and make me attract a better partner. Look, y'all, what I know is that I am too fucking old to be dealing with niggas who are for the streets. I'm too cute to be dealing with people who aren't sure what they actually want. And I'm too fucking fly to be doing anything less than amazing shit. So why would I go through all that just to land somewhere where you gonna have to leave again? No, ma'am, not on my watch. Absolutely not. So where I have landed on this, and you are certainly welcome to have your outside opinion about what you think I should be doing. But if it involves a black veil and piousness, you got me fucked up. I earned every bit of this celebration that I'm finna have. It's not that I'm happy to be free of my ex. I love them. I'm always gonna love them. And some of the best years of my life were intentionally spent with them. And I do not regret that. What I am celebrating is that I had the courage to know that I need more and I need different. And just as much as I want my ex to be happy and have all the things that they long for, I want the same for myself, and I deserve it. So, what we wanted were not the same things. So here I am, cheering for them on their path to find exactly what they need and what they deserve. And I believe that they are there doing the same for me. And if they're not, well, honey, I pray they get there. Okay? It's above me now. Divorce hurts, but it is by no means a death sentence. It is, in fact, a burial of what was and a baby shower for what is soon to be. And I, for one, am about to turn the fuck up. So like Snoop said, I just want to thank me for being there for me and riding for me. And if there is a peanut gallery, honey, and you're in it, blessings on your journey, beloved. May it always be smooth.